It's 5:20 and there's a lot of people on the streets, like more than you'd normally expect at 5 o'clock. So I'm heading to the street where the night market is, or was last night. And the chairs where I think people will be sitting in 10 or 15 minutes when the monks come by. You can buy a seat, I think. It's a strange atmosphere. 5:29. It's supposed to start at 5:30, but I think monks are allowed to be late sometimes. It's at 5:30 till 6, sometime in between them. I think they're giving the extra food to these homeless people, maybe? It's quite strange because I feel like 80% of the people are tourists and people clamoring to get a photo. It's a bit, it feels a bit commercial. No, it's not really commercial, but there's too many tourists, I think some people would say. I'm one of them. And so just past that, it's the morning market, just next to where we're giving food to the monks. But I don't know what that is. There's an owl in there, which I hope that's not to eat. Could be though. So ID. How much for one? 30. Okay.
Would you like some ice?
No ice, no thank you.
You can take this one, the same.
Okay, okay. I can't buy any birds to cook, but at least I can buy some juice. Oh, there's some barbecue up ahead. Or someone's cooking something. Is this all from the river? Spicy dip. Pork. Some breakfast places. This is Chinese breakfast, I think. Some pork. Heads. Halves of heads. Oh, this is the meat section. Let's have a look at the meat section. I think mostly pork, some beef. All the way up into the temple. Well, just this one lady. That's one of the most exotic markets I think I've been to. In terms of like meat I don't recognize and like birds, yeah, I haven't been to a place like that before. That's worth a visit. This is the main street where they have the market, which we're gonna come back to a bit later tonight. But there's I think it's the former royal palace, and they've now turned it into a museum. So I'm gonna check that out. I'm not sure if you can film inside or not. And here's a famous hill that people climb. I'm not really sure why. Again, might have to check that up, but hills are not so interesting for me. Might be something on top though. So I'm thinking that this thing is the temple, and the real palace is somewhere on the grounds of where I'm walking. So you can walk around here, it's no problem. But I think when you actually go into the museum, you need to cover up your legs. They're going to give me something to cover up apparently. But maybe this was the palace. It's a statue of the last king, maybe. Delivered to Laos. Cast in Russia. I need to drop my bag off. You're not allowed to take your bag inside. Or this camera, I think. It's a bit like that, there's a place like that in Brunei. But you could take pictures with your phone. At this place I'm not sure, we'll see. The museum is just, it's more of a collection of royal regalia, gifts from other countries and stuff like that. It says National Museum, but it's not really about the history of Laos. But, it's worth coming to because, it's in the center of town, so you're never going to be far away from this place. So I'm going to head to the most famous or most important temple, but there's a place I want to check out first. It's where the Nam Khan and the Mekong rivers meet. Now I think there's some construction work going on here, so it might spoil the vibe a bit, but let's have a look. And I don't know if you can see, I'm going to get a bit closer. This is the Nam Khan and this is the Mekong, and they're different colors. You see where they meet, the colors are clearly different. Wat Sieng Thong, I think that's how it's pronounced. No shorts again. I picked the wrong day to be wearing shorts, but I'm sure they'll let me rent a sarong or something like that. Surprisingly, they didn't say anything about my shorts, but ladies have to cover up. No shorts for ladies, but for men it's fine. Take off your shoes. Can you actually go inside? Let's have a look. Oh yes. The inside of the royal palace is decorated like this. Same thing as the walls. here. I was expecting in this place. Normally when you see people like praying or kneeling, like generally don't tend to film. But in here I noticed like they were kneeling down to take photos. So maybe it's okay here. Maybe it's something that's commonly done. You pray and you take a photo. I don't know. You eating? I'll let you eat. But just across the temple, from the temple, is another temple. And a posh coffee shop. Let's have something to drink. So apparently there's a night street food market somewhere around here. This is the morning market in the morning, but we'll come back here tomorrow. But let's see what they have in the night street food market and then head to the night market proper. Somebody, can I have one?
10,000.
How much?
10,000.
10,000? I'll show you some of the stuff they have at the night market. It's not crazy expensive, and some of the stuff is quite, quite nice to buy. I'm in the market for a beer lao t-shirt, if I can find one. I'm sure I can. So I bought some of these yesterday at there's a museum called the UXO, the Unexploded Ordnance Museum, and they sell these things that they made from the shells that were dropped on Laos during the war. But it gets busier, and maybe I have to stop recording as I get to the end because they start to play some music. They might get me a copyright strike or something like that. I like the coins, but I don't know if they're real. Sabadi. How much is this one? 120. And small one? This one? 40. Okay. Kapjai.